We get a great deal of questions about processing. Now, for those of you fairly new to digital recording, understanding processing is apparently a big challenge. So let me simplify this, so you don't make some common mistakes. We've talked about processing before. What it is and when do we use it? Well, it's all sorts of stuff, but only a few processes really apply specifically to voiceover. Let's start off by telling you what processing is not. It's not something that's going to make you sound like John Hamm or Sigourney Weaver. It's not something that will improve your copy reading. It won't help bad mic technique. It really isn't a factor in securing work. Really?
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The purpose of a home voiceover studio is not to make you sound great. It's to make you sound like you.
So unless you're John Hamm or Sigourney Weaver or James Earl Jones, be yourself. So when do we use processing? And what processing do we use? When we're asked to by a client, and as for the specific parameters they want, and when you know specifically what those filters do and how to use them. We'll set up presets for you, but we also want you to understand why and how to adjust them. But for the sake of basic voiceover recording, there's only a few relevant processes. 1. Compression. 2. EQ, or equalization. And 3. Normalizing. Okay, compression. In a nutshell, what compression does is equalize your peaks and valleys on your waveforms. It creates a consistent volume. Watch. See nice even average peaks. It's a little bit more complex than that, but for now, that's what you need to know. It's useful when you have large variations in volume over the course of a file. EQ, amazingly misunderstood and misused. It's like the old tone knob on your old radio. Remember those? Your voice, if captured properly, shouldn't really need any adjustment. Any corrections for sibilance or overemphasized bass frequencies need to be minimal. They're just slight adjustments to correct for those minor problems. You can use it for special effects like
creating a telephone sound,
but only if you're asked to.
Hey Dan, can you do a telephone effect on that?
Finally, the most misused of all, normalizing. A lot of people think it's a way to make up for poor levels on the initial recording. No. It will make things louder, but it will make everything louder, including every other noise that isn't your voice. It raises the overall level to a consistent -3 dB peak. And you use it only after you've done any compression and EQ to make up for any losses. Of course, there are variations and different opinions about this, but you have to do it based on what you sound like and what your home studio presents you specifically. So someone whose only experience is their own closet isn't going to give you the accurate information you need to do it right. So the bottom line, if you don't know what it does, don't use it, unless you're asked to, and what specific settings you need to use. We'll cover each of these in more detail in 2014. And that gives you something to look forward to. And that's my tip of the week.